this thing going. Damn it.
There's no one that can match me. My style is impetuous. My defense is impregnable. And I'm just ferocious.
Peace up, A-Town. Yeah! Okay! Usher. Lil Jon! Yeah!
You've got to ask yourself one question. Do I feel lucky? Well, do you, punk?
Hello? You play to win the game. You don't play to just play it. That's the great thing about sports. You play to win.
Hello. What's going on, Dwayne? What's going on, Henry? Henry was first. He came in late. Dwayne was second. What's up, Jeffrey? Jeffrey is present and accounted for. Bear down, Mike. Gosh, you are the greatest Bear fan of all time, brother. I love it. Good morning, Jay Smooth. Good morning, Jordan. Singles Dad Club. Gene. Go Lions. Rob. Oh, so good. So good. Yeah, here we go. I still got the TGIF in from Friday, but I am fired up today on a Monday edition of Football Talk with Russell Wayne, the review of the weekend's game, War Week. Yes, we are broadcasting live right now. We appreciate everybody following us. We got Detroit Lions news in the house. Go follow them. We got Mike the Bear fans in the house. Go follow him. And our page, man, over the weekend, over 1,000 villains. Actually, it was just yesterday. 1,000 villains came in. We're over 17,000 1,000 villains on the villain squad. We appreciate all of the support in such a short period of time. When we lost our page in June, and wow, nice. And I think it's pretty evident that, everybody's fired up. Everybody's fired up because football is back in Detroit. How long will it last? I don't know, but I do have my compadre here to talk about it with right here. Main Event Mike, how are you doing, my brother?
I'm so good, Russ. Good morning.
Good morning, man. Let me get this. I got to get this background in here live while it's happening right now because I get most everything, but I always forget this background part right here. So let's get this going. See, it's all black right now. And boom. There you go. Here's our Monday football talk with Russell Wayne wild card week. Right there. You got us on YouTube, right? You got us on YouTube. That's Main Event. That's /Main Event 365. Check out this guy right there. Right there. Jared Goff, to me, the player of the game right there. Just slinging it out there. Thank you for all of your support. But let's get into this, Mike. I'm chomping at the bit. I don't even know what to do with my hands right now. Oh. Right? You go. Yeah. I'll turn the box score stuff over to you, man. Feed me these numbers.
The playoffs are set. It was war week. It was war week in the NFC North, and Detroit. Obviously, I was at the game, Russ. An incredible atmosphere. One of the best days of my life. Had a great time with my grandson, faith, family, and football. Right. And we encompassed all of those things yesterday. Had such a great day yesterday. Lions get a victory 30-20 over the Minnesota Vikings as well. And the loudest cheer I've ever heard for an eligible lineman declaration when Dan Skipper, number 70, reporting as eligible. Ford Field erupted. Incredible day. Incredible. Of course, it didn't come without a price. We lose Sam Laporta, at least for one game, it's looking like. Maybe even Khalif Raymond, who played a big part in the game yesterday. So It didn't come without a price. There's a lot of people running the coach into the ground for that decision. It's easy to do that on Monday morning. But you and I know we are aligned that we like this coach's aggressiveness, and we're okay with the calls that he made, including on who he started. We had a chance to get the second seed, and I think that would have been huge, possibly 2 home playoff games. So I think it was worth it to try it. Let us know what you think. If you want to crucify Dan Campbell, you're entitled to that opinion, and we certainly won't condemn you for it. Put it in the comments. Let us know what you think. Did MCDC do the right thing by playing the starters? And this is why coaches don't play the starters in these kinds of games, because they don't want to risk the injury. But there's a flip side to that coin, right? You take a week off, you get out of rhythm. So many things regarding NFL football games and the players center around them being in a rhythm. Okay, that's a real thing. So there is a flip side to it. There's 2 tails to every coin. But let's go through these box scores on this first game. Detroit 30, Vikings 20. As you said, Russ, Jared Goff, one of his best games statistically. 23 of 32. Okay, what is that? 9 incompletions. I know 2 of them he threw away, and at least 2 of them were dropped. So he had about 4 or 5 passes that were off the mark out of 32 attempts. That's pretty good. 320 yards, 2 touchdowns. He had a quarterback rating of 124.5. Don't forget to tune in Wednesdays where we will do Lion of the Week. Spoiler alert, Russ Wayne is going to vote for Jared Goff. I will not, though. David Montgomery in the running game, 10 carries for only 40 yards, but he did go over 1,000 for the season. Kudos to David Montgomery. He did have a touchdown, and he averaged 4 yards a carry. A lot of throwing in this game. Minnesota was selling out to stop the run. Jahmyr Gibbs certainly held in check, only a 2.3-yard average, 13 carries for 30 yards. He did have a nice touchdown run off right tackle, though, to the corner of the end zone. Totally, the Lions only put up 79 yards on the ground. Conversely, the Minnesota Vikings, Nick Mullins, 30 of 44, 396. A bulk of those to all-world wide receiver Justin Jefferson. He had 2 picks and 2 touchdowns and a passer rating not bad of 92.6. They had virtually no run game, even though they outproduced us by 10 yards. They had 89 yards total rushing for the Vikings, but it really wasn't that close. It seemed like the Lions had this game in hand. Even when Minnesota would claw back and bring it to within 1 score, it seemed that we had an answer. We seemed to have control of this game. Alexander Madison, a dismal 7 carries for 24 yards. Guy's a bum. Sorry, Vikings fans. Whatever made you think he could be a number 1 running back? We predicted that Ty Chandler would take over the number 1 by midseason, and that did happen. Ty Chandler, 12 carries, 69 yards. Let's talk about Justin Jefferson real quick. 12 catches, 192 yards, Russ, on 14 targets. Guy's a stud. There's a lot in the back chat. There's a lot of conversation about CeeDee Lamb being better than Justin Jefferson. Let's just put that to bed, can we? Justin Jefferson is the best wide receiver in the league when you consider all phases of the position. Amon-Ra St. Brown, an absolute stud, but he's not on Justin Jefferson's level when it comes to 50-50 balls, over-the-shoulder streak patterns to the end zone. JJ is all world. He had 1 touchdown. Johnny Munt Cake, had 5 catches for 58 yards. Jordan Addison, the rookie sensation, also had a touchdown with 4 catches on 57 yards. Amon-Ra St. Brown, the aforementioned Amon-Ra St. Brown, 7 catches, 144 yards, and a touchdown. It might be your Lion of the week right there. He certainly got player of the game. 144 yards and a tutty. Just a great performance. Every time we needed a big catch, he was there to make it. Khalif Raymond, only 2 catches, but as usual, they were huge. 50 yards. He had 2 catches. He also had 89 punt return yards. Big impact on the game. He left the game with a knee injury and did not return. Dan Gamble was pretty tight-lipped about the prognosis. He said we'll know more today, so we look forward tomorrow to having an update on that. A couple of more notables before I turn it back over to you, Russ. Ivan Pace Jr., the undrafted free agent linebacker for Minnesota, 9 tackles. The kid's a stud, period. He's an absolute gem. The best thing Kwesi ever did for Minnesota was sign the undrafted free agent Ivan Pace Jr. Jack Campbell, 12 tackles, leading the team in tackles again. You had said, Russ, earlier this year that by midseason we would see Jack Campbell in a starting role leading this defense, and I think if you count the last 4 weeks of the season, that absolutely came to fruition. I think it was more about the way Alex Anzalone was playing in the first half of the season rather than what Jack Campbell wasn't doing. So,
he's a rookie.
Yeah, he's a rookie.
And that's the thing. Like what a lot of people like to do.
One last thing, Aiden Hutchinson, 2 sacks. Lions had 4 sacks total. Minnesota only 1 sack, not able to get a lot of pressure on Jared Goff, and he carved him up. Go ahead.
All right. Just so you know, for the future, I would like to I want you to read the box score, but I mean, don't Ken Doby me again. I'd like to get a word in edgewise on some of these things that you've been talking about for the last 6.5 minutes. I don't know if Ken Doby was on your texting and saying, "Hey man, you gotta make sure you stretch out these takes, brother."
I was doing what I do every week, Russ. Every day on this show, I do the same thing.
I'm giving you a hard time. I tried to chime in a couple of times, and you were not letting that. You were shutting that shit
right
down.
I was trying to finish my point. It's hard to do around here.
Anyway, yeah, it was a great game. I love it. God, Mike talks for 20 minutes, and I guess I didn't let him finish his point. I'm so sorry. Right here, but this is Football Talk with Russell Wayne. We are on YouTube. We got a Patreon. Thank you to Fred Peterson for pointing that out, because we love talking football. We love arguing football. And you bringing that up right there, you can go to our Patreon at it's just Villain Squad, Patreon at Villain Squad, support us, or we're affiliate marketing partner with NFL Shop, where you guys can get sweet stuff like the eligible jersey right there. And you can actually, that's not the link that I put in there. I am so sorry. I put the other one in for the plaque. We got the plaque too. But anyway, here we go. To the next game. Gosh, this thing is going slow, buddy. I'm sorry. Is that thing up there yet?
Oh yeah, it's there. You want me to go?
Yeah, well, I do. I lost my train of thought.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, you were going to comment on Minnesota and Detroit is what you were going to comment on. You
I
had
tried 3 times, so I gave up.
you tried once and then called me out on it, but but that's fine. You have nothing to add on that. Detroit, Minnesota. Is that all the time we're going to spend on that? The Lions finished 12-5 as Russell predicted at the beginning of the season. They tie their win total for franchise history. Just a great win altogether. Russ, what are your thoughts on that?
I'm breaking up. That's what everybody else is telling me. So that's why I'm struggling right now.
Oh, okay. Well, let's talk about this Green Bay game. Green Bay Packers secure a spot in the playoffs. Jordan Love, rookie. I'm ready to call him now the rookie sensation quarterback. Jordan Love, 27 of 32. Hey, that's a pretty darn good completion percentage. 27 of 32. Are you kidding me? He finishes with an even higher passer rating than Jared Goff at 128.6. 316 yards, no interceptions, 2 touchdowns. Absolute clean, beautiful football game. 17-9. The Chicago Bears never got in the end zone. 3 field goals by Cairo Santos is the amount of the scoring for them. They hold Chicago to only 75 yards rushing and 148 through the air. A dominant performance, even though it may not look like it. At the beginning of the game, Chicago was kind of jumped out to an early lead, but Packers put it in cruise control after that. Justin Fields, 11 of 16 for 148, no touchdowns, no interceptions. He had 27 yards from scrimmage rushing. Also, they held Khalil Herbert in check. And the knock on Green Bay was their run defense. Well, they held the Bears to only 75 total yards on defense. DJ Moore, a regular stud at 4 catches and 64 yards. What do you think of that, Russ? You still there? I was the only one on this show, by the way, that predicted that Green Bay would win this game. That doesn't look like you're frozen. I can hear you and see you, Russ. Russ. All right. Well, don't forget to follow us on Facebook. It's Lions Villain Squad. And don't forget to go over and subscribe to our YouTube channel, which is Main Event 365. This is Victory Monday. It's Football Talk with Russell Wayne. Maybe the most glorious Victory Monday we've had all year long. Lions division champs. They wrap it up with a sweep of division rival Minnesota Vikings. And now, folks, the playoffs are set. Put it in the comments. Tell us if there's any notables that you liked from this game, from either of these games, actually. Let's talk about these playoff seedings. The playoffs are set, and here's your slate of games. Here's the rundown for you, folks. Saturday at 4:30, it's Cleveland at Houston. The Houston Texans win the AFC South. Amazing by virtue of Jacksonville losing and Houston beating Indy. They win the AFC South, and they will host a playoff game against the red-hot Cleveland Browns. That's going to be a very interesting game. Deshaun Watson, where are you going to be when Cleveland plays at Houston? Are you going to be a man, and are you going to be with your team? Are you even going to be in the stadium in Houston? Oh, man, what a salivating storyline that is for the NFL. Deshaun Watson's team comes into his old team in Houston to play a playoff game. What a job DeMeco Ryans has done with the Houston Texans. Kevin Stefanski, also, these two got to be the top 2 front runners outside of Dan Campbell for Coach of the Year, which is something we will address on Thursday on this very program. Are you back, Russ?
How I sound?
You
How
sound
do I sound
perfect.
now?
Oh, you sound
Okay,
perfect.
Cool. All right. Cool. So you didn't cut me off. I was just talking and you didn't hear me and you did what you were supposed to do. Good job. So if you guys can hear me out there, give me a thumbs up out there because I hate looking like an ass. But even though it happens most of my life, that's good. That's good. But yeah, I love that storyline with Houston and the Browns right there because it's they're playing with each other without Deshaun Watson. Like he gets to watch it from the sidelines and he gets to watch probably his team lose because even though that the Browns got a really, really good, defense. I mean, how far can Joe Flacco really go right here? You think Joe Flacco go come in there and derail the CJ Stroud, the rookie sensation, the front runner for the MVP, not the MVP, but the offensive rookie of the year. And going back to this Lions game right here, I'm proud of my Lions. The most exciting pop that was in the Lions den when we were there with Gary and everybody was that Dan Skipper catch right there, dude. Everybody was fired up when they were jumping up, catch that ball. Number 70 reported. That was probably the loudest part in the stadium when they reported him. But in the Lions den, when he caught that ball, dude, that place erupted like it was like the 10th touchdown of the day. It was awesome. It was awesome. And gosh, if you're out, bear down, Mike. Here you go, man. Let me help you out here, brother. Like I know that you love you some Justin Fields, man, but this guy's out there and you got 9 points. You know, you can't get touchdowns. This guy is supposed to lead your franchise right here. You guys need to draft a quarterback. You guys need to draft a quarterback. And I mean, if you can still defend this guy and you still want to run with Justin Fields, I want to know about it. Go ahead and throw that in the comments. If you're a Bear fan, I want to know if you're still rolling with Justin Fields. In 2024, you guys roll him. I mean, he'll be on the team regardless of whether you draft a quarterback or not. He'll be on the team. I mean, unless they trade him. But I mean, come on, man. I mean, you had a shot right there to do something, and the defense, you know, that's what, 17 points. Can't blame it on your defense. Your defense held Green Bay to 17 points. Justin Fields, you got to be better quarterback. Green Bay ain't that good on defense. They're okay. But you got to have to have a quarterback you expect to win in the playoffs?
Playoffs.
I mean, it's a way different situation now. I mean, the confidence of Lion fan, we can't go play New Orleans this week. We can't go play the Raiders. We can't go play a team that isn't in the playoffs. You got to go play good teams for the rest of the season. So, I don't think Justin Fields is going to be able to get it done against these good teams, even in the future, even if they build around him. He's just not a clutch quarterback. He's a good playmaker, but he ain't lead your team type of quarterback. And he's now proven that 3 years in a row. Good player, good playmaker, not a good leader. That's my opinion. And I'm sticking to it. Can everybody hear me?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Okay. I don't even know here. Getsy only called 16 pass plays. None of them in the third quarter. What do you want him to do? I mean, connect on your 16 pass plays? Score more than 9 points? I mean, if it's all on Getsy, that's fine. I mean, if you want to blame, but the thing is you have the number 1 overall pick. And I trashed you guys last year for trading or thinking that you couldn't even trade that pick. And you got somebody to come and get it. But eventually you got to hit on these picks, man. You guys are a quarterback away, in my opinion. I mean, you got a whole bunch of good young players, and you need a quarterback. What you got in there, Mike? You got 17 starred. I'm chomping at the bit here.
Bear down, Mike says, fire everyone. Jay Smooth says, was really hoping for Pack versus Lions in the first round. You know what? The NFL got what they wanted. We got another comment. Somebody said that as well. Gun Guy says Stafford versus Goff talk will come to a conclusion soon enough. I say Stafford chokes like he always did in Detroit. Right. Keeping the Lions out of the playoffs is what Matt Stafford's good at. So maybe he keeps us out of the playoffs again. Rob says, congrats to the Packers. They said the NFC North was going to be good this year. Wasn't going to be good this year, but Lions and Packers representing. That's a great call out, Rob. 2 teams from the NFC North make it to to the playoffs. That's pretty awesome. Paradown Mike's on fire today. Bears showed no effort. Alex Austin says anyone wearing a Stafford Lions jersey or a Detroit Rams shirt should be banned immediately. We should organize a Detroit Rams t-shirt burning outside of Ford Field before the game next week. Michael Espinoza says, can't wait to see Goff and Reynolds show out. You know, we talk about that Goff Stafford thing, but no one points out that Josh Reynolds was also a cast off from that Rams team. And I'm sure Brad Holmes would love to get a win against the Rams as well. Tom Appleyard says, playoffs? You're talking about playoffs? I just want to win a game. Appreciate the comment, Tom, though I don't really understand it. Curtis says, go Lions. Playoffs, here we come. Bring on the Rams. Beat Stafford. Yeah, great call out there. Jay Jakeway, our good buddy, says he wanted to keep this team hungry, talking about Dan Campbell. Winning is a culture. You need to keep feeding that machine. Single Dads Club says, yes, Dan Campbell did the right thing. Hey, James Mitchell showed up. Single Dads, are you tapping our phones for our pre-production meeting? Because you seem to hit everything that we talk about before this show. Wally says 1 year ago today, the Lions beat the Packers and knocked them out of the playoffs. Happy anniversary to the, what did we call it? We called it the Lambeau Massacre or something. I forgot what we called it. Dan, Detroit fan man says, only fuck the Packers could make me cheer for these damn Cowboys after the Brad Allen fiasco. Well, Detroit fan man, Russ, let's talk about this real quick.
Yeah, I want this.
We're going to be rooting for the Packers next week, Russ. Tell them why.
You know, I don't know if I'm going to be rooting for the Packers next week because I live in this place where I want the Lions to be able to have an NFC Championship home game, and they can't do that because they're not a higher seed than the Dallas Cowboys. So I might actually root for the Packers so we can get these boys at home, and that way we can right a wrong, because I think that, you know, they came out and they jumped us on Thanksgiving and they got the better of us, and I'll give them all the credit in the world, but they're not going to do it twice. These Packers, these damn Packers. But here's the thing. Am I scared of Jordan Love? I'm scared zero of Jordan Love, because this is something that we were going to expect, is one of these teams from the NFC North is going to be in a heavyweight fight with us Detroit Lions for the next 10 years. Mm-hmm. Because this team is getting built. It's getting built the right way. And you can build a good team, Green Bay. We want somebody that we can go toe-to-toe with. We need a Foreman. If we're going to be Ali, we need somebody to step up like that. We haven't stepped up in 30 years, 50 years, or whatever, man. We want a legitimate franchise here in Detroit, and we may have it. We may have a legitimate franchise here, but we got to get past. This is a demon right here. Are you scared of? No, I'm not scared of competition. Dan Campbell's not scared of competition either. This is not going to be easy. As a matter of fact, if the Lions are to go win a Super Bowl, I want them to have to go through Stafford and then go to Dallas and then go to San Francisco, then get to the Super Bowl, because that way it shuts everybody up. There's no extra talk. You got to beat these good teams. We're not afraid of any of them. You shouldn't be. You shouldn't be afraid of them. You should say one.
Back to the topic. Green Bay plays at Dallas, the 2 seed. Green Bay is the 7 seed. The two teams I personally hate the most in the world have to play each other. I've never seen a scenario where I could root for the Green Bay Packers, but I will be rooting for the Green Bay Packers because of what you said, Russ. We're assuming Philadelphia is going to beat Tampa. That's a big assumption. But if Philadelphia beats Tampa as the 5 seed, they would then be the lowest seed if Detroit beats the Rams and Dallas beats Green Bay. So Philly would have to go and play San Francisco in the first game for the Niners. But if Green Bay beats Dallas, however, Green Bay will go to San Francisco and we'll play Philly at home. Right? So, I mean, it's a sketchy proposition. Tell us what you think. Who are you rooting for, Green Bay or Dallas? What you got next, Russ?
I'm rooting for Green Bay for that reason, too. I want a piece. I want a piece. Right there. Bring that weak-ass Matt Patricia defense to Detroit. and watch us carve them up so we can go to the NFC Championship. I want the Lions to win and the Green Bay Packers to win if that's the scenario. That's
Yeah.
I want it. I want it like that. I want it to be hard, and I want all of these narratives to be squashed. Sick of these narratives. I'm sick of narratives in general. Like it has anything to do with what's going to happen next week. Narratives, forget that. It's men. 11 on 11. Brand new.
So when you were having technical difficulties, I started to run down the playoff schedule, and I only really got through one game before you came back. So I'm going to finish that out now. So on Saturday, the night game will be the Dolphins at the Chiefs. And then on Sunday, it's 2 games. It'll be at 1:00, Pittsburgh at Buffalo. And the 4:30 game will be Green Bay at Dallas. And then that night game on Sunday night, the Rams in Detroit on prime time. And this is the script they wanted, right? Our buddy Rob Newsom here in the comments says the NFL got the matchups they wanted, right? They got Deshaun Watson going back to Cleveland. They've got Matt Stafford coming back to Detroit. It's interesting. I mean, that kind of lends itself to a conspiracy theory that I'm not sure I believe in, but it seems to have a little validity to it these days when it just happened to work out that way. So Philadelphia, Tampa Bay and Philadelphia will be the Monday game. Monday night game, the only one game on Monday, and that's a night game. Tampa Bay at Philly, the who cares game of the playoffs they put on Monday night. It's the Rams and the Lions front and center on primetime Sunday night football. That's the game the NFL's featuring in the most prime of all primetime spots. So as we just said, if Philadelphia beats Tampa, they're the 5 seed. We're assuming Detroit beats the Rams because Rams are 6 and we're 3. And we're assuming Dallas beats Green Bay. If that's the case, Detroit would travel to Dallas. Philly would travel to San Francisco. If Green Bay beats Dallas, Green Bay would have to go to San Francisco. So good luck, Green Bay, if you got to beat Dallas and San Francisco just to get to the NFC Championship game. Going to be a very tough row to hoe.
Yeah. And I'm on the side of as many home games as you can get, because I'll tell you what, from our perspective, and you were there, so you knew how loud they were, but it seems like Detroit is going to be a pretty hard place to play as far as the loudness was in there. Have you ever heard anything that loud, Mike?
It was pretty awesome. It was pretty. I've never heard an eligible lineman reporting get such a cheer. That's for damn sure.
Because I could see, like, what we could see from, watching the game is, the crowd forced what? 3 false start penalties that they couldn't hear anything. And they got a couple delay of games.
And they had to take a timeout because of it too.
So Detroit showed up, guys. This is like the 12th man. This reminds me of the Seattle team from back in the day where it was just like that. Seattle was the roughest place to play when Russell Wilson was in his prime. That was a crazy atmosphere from what everybody was saying. I think Detroit's going to be real similar. What do you guys think out there? Do you think that Detroit is just going to be rocking next week at Ford Field with Matt Stafford? Do you think they'll cheer for Matt Stafford, or do you think that he'll get booed? Ooh, gosh, man. I don't know.
I like what you put on the page. It's like, what are you going to do, Detroit Rams fans? I mean, this puts them kind of in a pickle, doesn't it? It's like that guy who can't push which button, that meme. Yeah. Cheer for Stafford or cheer for the Lions. I don't know what to do.
I'm sorry, but you're the one. You put yourself, you play stupid games, you win stupid prizes. And now, Detroit Ram fan, you've put yourself into a pickle. I didn't put you there. So don't get mad at me for calling you out on your bullshit things. And now you got to make a stupid decision. It shouldn't even be a decision, but you proved your softness by becoming a Detroit Rams fan. Okay. You proved how soft you are as a fan. And I don't get it. I don't understand it. You can't even function me to understand that. Stafford left the team, and the day that he left, you became an enemy on a different team. I don't care anymore. Now, you win the Super Bowl, I can be like, okay, good for Stafford. I can say that, but I'm not. You think I'm going to be in the Super Bowl going, oh, look, there's my old quarterback. He's
my
so
quarterback.
good out there playing good for the other team. You soft. You're soft. And now because you have to make this decision on who to root for, that's the prize that you win for being so soft. It isn't me. Don't get mad at me. I'm not calling you out. It just is what it is. You took a soft stance, which means that you got to kind of live there with a little poo-poo on your face. Whatever. Oh, I have a Detroit Rams shirt. Yeah. Wow. You fed into the machine right there. There's your guy right there. Look at him. Look at that Matt Stafford, dude. That's my guy. He's so cool. Man, he looks so good in the Super Bowl commercials. I almost felt like I want a Super Bowl too.
It's my quarterback.
That makes me icky. That makes me feel violated when I see that. But that's all right. But that's okay, because you can always come through. You can always, you got to make your decision now. There is no Detroit Ram fans in there. You don't get to root for both teams. I swear, if the Rams win and I see the bunch of these people out there saying, yeah, you see, now I get to follow, like either way we win. Oh gosh, help me, guys. Somebody's on my side here. Am I on an island by myself here? Am I on an island by myself? Should I like Matt Stafford because he's my friend? Because he said, oh, it shouldn't happen again. He's on our side. Is he on our side? Really? I think Stafford will come in here and feel happy about stealing the soul out of every single person that supported him year after year after year, bought the jerseys, bought all the stuff. He would have no problem. You care about him so much, right? He has no problem taking your soul, throwing it down on the ground and stomping it out. He does not care about Detroit like that anymore. He wants your soul.
Jimmy calling me out on my comment. It was just a joke, Jimmy. Blaming Stafford for the Lions' inability to make or progress in the playoffs is lazy. I agree. Good call out. Michael says, can't wait to see Sewell and Aaron Donald go at it in the trenches, except the Sewell plays right tackle and Aaron Donald plays in the middle. So you'll be seeing Frank Ragnow and Aaron Donald go at it. But I love the comment. Thank you very much.
Could you put that other comment back up? That other one back in?
This one?
Yeah, blaming Stafford. Well, Jimmy, I know I don't want to blame Stafford either, but they won't let us blame the refs.
No, he's going to pointing to my little joke I made that Stafford's real good at keeping the Lions out of the playoffs. So that was a lazy comment. He's 100% right on that.
It's my quarterback.
Just making a joke. Anyway.
Yeah, and then I doubled down on it. I'm sorry. I don't think that Mike and I are in cahoots on this. This isn't like my feelings on Detroit Ram fans is completely separate than Mike's comment.
Well, Paul says I'll be rooting for a meteor strike during the Dallas game. That's hilarious, except they'll probably call a penalty on Green Bay for that.
Illegal metering.
Yeah, Green Bay tried to fool us with that meteor. Jerry says, well, I'm hoping that the Rams come out a little rusty and out of sync because they rested their starters and we didn't. We'll see if that pays off.
I'm dead.
Absolutely right. Let's hope that happens.
You tried to fool us with that meteor strike.
And here's another storyline that we didn't even think of. I hadn't thought of it. Thanks for the comment, Jerry. Don't forget that Mike McCarthy going back to play against the Packers.
What?
In a playoff game.
Playoffs?
Can the Packers get it done in Dallas? There you go.
Last Stafford thing here. Debbie says, screw Stafford, Lions all the way. Let's go Detroit forever.
Can the Lions finally win that playoff game? You know? Can they get a playoff win in this century? We're 23 years in, 24 years in, guys. We need one in this century. Like the the Lions haven't been in the playoffs and relevant for so long that we could actually make a playoff run, and I still can't really talk crap. Like, I have to be like, yeah, well, it's about time we got one. Like, like we can't even get like, chest puffy like these, like the Kansas City Chief fans, they've been relevant for a while. Yeah, we're gonna be here. It's like we don't know.
Our good friend Jeffrey Addison says, check my math. San Francisco plays the winner of Tampa Bay and Philly. If Dallas loses and Detroit wins, Detroit plays Green Bay at home. Actually, Jeff, San Francisco is going to play the lowest seed, period. Whoever the lowest seed team is has to play the Niners. So your math is incorrect, I believe, because if the 2, the 3, and the 5 all win, the favorites all win, Philly being the 5 would be the lowest seed and have to go to San Francisco. And then the Lions being the lower seed would have to play Dallas in Dallas. And, that's how it goes. The highest seed always plays the lowest seed. So I hope that clears that up.
Yeah, it's really interesting. I mean, I'm 100 or 99.9%, I'm thinking that you're right there on that. I mean, I know that's and I say 99.9 being like almost 100, but like I don't want to get blindsided with some other rule or some other thing that happened that came out or whatever. But what do you think, guys? Can the Packers get it done in Dallas? I mean, is this Jordan Love magic? Is this something that can carry over against good teams? Because I mean, I am with Bear Down Mike when he says that the Chicago Bears looked like they were uninspired yesterday. And there's no doubt. I mean, there is a lot of validity to that. It looked like, the Lions went in there last year in Lambeau and played it like they were in a playoff game, and they kept the intensity up. Chicago Bears did not do that. They did not have the same intensity. The Green Bay Packers looked like a team that was fighting to get into the playoffs, and the Bears looked like a team that was just in the way. And I don't know if that's, indicative of the way the Bears are going to be in the future. I don't think so. I think that they are a good team that's going to be ascending, but I do believe they played like their season was over.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to bite the kneecap off.
They didn't play like that. I was rooting for the Bears to go in and fight. I wanted to see a heavyweight championship fight. I wanted to see a Bears team that went in there like they've gotten their ass kicked by the same team for the last 5 years straight. But they didn't. They didn't. They didn't want none. They didn't want none. Green Bay came in and beat you down. You never really had a chance in that game.
Brian giving you some ammunition for your meme making today, Russ. The guy who's sweating because he's got 2 buttons to push, right? The officials love Dallas and Green Bay. Who do you think they'll let win? Wow.
Yeah. Oh no, this is a Dallas. This is a Dallas year right here, I think, because here's the thing: is like if we're doing the schedule maker, where it's fixed,
yeah,
the script thing there. If it's scripted, there is no way that the Rams beat Detroit. There's no way. If it's scripted, then there's no way that Green Bay beats Dallas. You know why? Because Dallas is, they're America's. They obviously did something right there. If it's scripted, they stole the game from the Lions, all that. And now they're into this thing. Why would they take it away right there in the first round, especially the Jordan Love? Like, Jordan Love can lose that playoff game and go back to Green Bay, and all the Green Bay fans will be happy. No one's expecting them to go in and win in Dallas. And if they do beat Dallas, it's a huge upset, right? So it's like, you can go with your $40 million that you're behind on the cap. You can rebuild your team. You can feel good because you made it to the playoffs. If Dallas don't win it, what a joke that is. What a joke. You get help all year long, and you got the entire NFL against you because they think that you're rigging games and cheating, and you lose to the Packers in the first round at home. No.
Look at this comment by Jerry. I absolutely hate the Packers, but if they play like they did against us on Thanksgiving and like their last 2 games, then they definitely have a shot. Absolutely. If Jordan Love keeps playing the way he is, they can beat anybody. Don't think they can't.
And if the Lions play like they did in Lambeau, then they'll beat the shit out of them. Okay. It's like,
that's true.
The thing is like what we forget to do is we like to look at the one thing that was bad and then say that's all that it is. But then we forget everything that they did that was good. So it's like, and that works both ways. The Packers can say the same thing, like we can say, oh yeah, we kicked your ass in Lambeau. Oh, we kicked your ass in on Ford Field. So that's what happens usually in divisions. 9 times out of 10, you know what happens? They split. They split. We split with the Pack and the Bears. Swept the Vikings. So that's what happens. Division games are tight.
I love this comment from Scotty Reno. Are you really considering Philadelphia winning over Tampa with Matt Patricia?
I love it. I love it, dude. Yeah. Are they defeated? I mean, they named, Matt Patricia is our defensive coordinator.
They haven't won a game since.
Loss.
We're going to bite a kneecap off.
No kneecaps for you, Patricia. Right here. PT, what would that be? PTSOP? No, wait. PTSOE?
PTMPE, post-traumatic Matt Patricia era.
So there's that face. See, now Philadelphia, you get to deal with that. You see that? You see that face? You see that? Fly, Eagles, fly. Yeah, good luck with Matt Patricia. You like that? Damn right, I like that. I hope that we play your soft ass team.
I like this call by Rob. If it is scripted, the NFL doesn't want the scrutiny of a repeat Lions Cowboys. That game could get ugly. Wow, that's a good call out.
Are you kidding me? Are you really kidding me right now? There's no way. Can I disagree with that to the 100 millionth degree? You don't think that they want to see Dallas versus Detroit again in the NFC Championship with the biggest storyline of the year? No, they wouldn't want that. They don't like money at all. Oh my God.
Yeah. I mean, you could this Stafford coming back to Detroit thing is pretty huge. But if we have to face Dallas again in Dallas, and then they make Brad Allen the referee again, yeah.
It would be bigger. It would be bigger than Stafford coming to Detroit. Is us going back to Dallas in the NFC Championship where we haven't played since 1991. And the last playoff game we went to go to the NFC Championship was against Dallas.
And I'm right here with Jeff. I'm right here with Jeff on this one. I wanted Green Bay in the playoffs. I wanted first round home playoff game so we can avenge Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving, I've told you before, Russ, that ripped my heart out more than the Dallas game. The only way we can get that nasty Thanksgiving taste out of our mouths is if Green Bay beats Dallas and San Francisco and the Lions win the first 2 rounds. That is correct. Yesterday there was a shot, but by virtue of the Rams winning and Green Bay winning, you're absolutely right, Jeff. The only way we're going to get Green Bay is if we win 2 games and they win 2 games and we're in the NFC Championship game against them. Very slim chance.
Yeah, and that would be phenomenal. I mean, that's where I want the stakes, guys. I mean, like, the thing is, like, stop being scared of teams. I mean, I've had these slides that I made from way back in the day, and we've been talking about this. This is how much the script thing, I hate it. I hate it because we had this thing out like 5 weeks ago when you're like, hey, if this and this and this happens, we could end up playing the Rams in the first round. The fact that I've had this slide up for 6 weeks tells you that it might be scripted. I mean, I don't know. How do I know that? How do I know that they're going to go on a game winning streak? Like, really? And then they make things happen. Like, that's great. I mean, I don't know. I love the NFL. Even if it is, I love the WWE too. So, and I don't know who's going to win those matches, WrestleMania, whatever. I still love it.
But it is 100% scripted, and we know
that's 100% scripted. But I'm just saying that if they did script it, If they did scripted and it was scripted, I'd still watch the NFL. I wouldn't care.
Right.
I don't care. I don't fucking know. I'm sorry. Dang it. Stop cussing. I'm trying to drop my F-bombs. I'm not trying to get them out of my.
Hello, Tanya from Delaware. Let's go, Lions. Kevin James says, let's go. Good job as always, and go blue tonight.
Wow. Tanya lives in the D. Delaware. I like that. Come on. You like that? Bad. Oh, gosh. What else we got in there, Mike? Is that it or no? That's
the only ones that started. A lot of great comments, though. Thanks everyone for commenting. We got a lot of great comments. I actually have a hard stop here in 10 minutes for myself. So yeah, a couple.
Pay some bills in.
Pay some bills. Yeah, we'll do that. Don't forget tomorrow, folks. It's PFF Tuesday on this very program, Football Talk with Russell Wayne, every weekday morning at 11 a.m. And don't forget tonight, it's going to be the biggest NFC North open mic of the year. All 4 fan bases in there talking. 7 p.m. Eastern time. NFC North open mic tonight with your host, Main Event Mike, produced by the maestro Russell Wayne. We have a lot to talk about. A lot of the things that we're talking about today, I'm going to kind of skip tonight, Russ, because there are so many storylines and things to talk about from this past weekend. I don't see how you can possibly get to all of them today. So I'll watch the show when you're done and just kind of sift through what you talked about and try to hit all of the other things. So many intriguing storylines. The playoffs matchups are all set.
Playoffs?
I definitely want to talk about that. So if you are looking at football outside of the NFC North, don't forget to join us tonight, NFC North Open Mic Night, 7 p.m. And also subscribe to our YouTube, would you? It's at Main Event 365. We our YouTube is not growing as fast as our Facebook, and that's because we're not on there. We're not pumping it as much. But if you are one of those people that watch us on YouTube, please share, like, subscribe, help us out. We're working hard. You can also go to Patreon.com/Villain Squad. There you go. That's your bills paid.
I love it. I love it. And if you want to get this, this is something. We are affiliate marketing partners with NFL Shop, and just so you know, like, I mean, we understand this thing right here, and we're just fans. This is a fan page. We're not affiliated with the Detroit Lions or anything, so this is a pretty big deal to us. Just know that you could just go to NFL Shop and just buy this stuff, but if you use our link, you're actually helping our show. And we're just a bunch of small time guys trying to make it in this in this racket. So we appreciate that. So either way, it helps us out. So we appreciate.
And by the way, that was a commemorative plaque that you were showing there.
Yes.
That's what you're looking at there. That is a commemorative plaque. I think it's pretty big too. It's like 18 inches or something. And that is something you can find at NFL Shop. We are an official marketing partner of NFLshop.com. Get 25% off using our link.
Yep, and that's where the link actually takes you. I showed the jersey, but you can go anywhere onto the site from there. It's not like you don't have, I mean, if you use the link, you can go anywhere on the site. So,
right.
But that's cool, man. This is a playoff, a wild card playoff.
It's my quarterback. Playoffs?
A week that the Lions are actually in. We've been doing this about 3 years off and on through different networks and stuff, and this is my first year to actually talk about a Lions playoff game, and it's exciting to me, man. And I know that there's a lot of smack talking that's out there, and that's fine. They could say that we're one and done and all that stuff. I'm not scared of any of it. I ain't scared of any of it, because the worst thing that can happen is that we're one and done. And I'm watching this team being grown from nothing into what it is right now. I have no doubt that the future of this team, win or lose, is going to be bright for this. And then this is going to be a tough out for the next at least 5 years, because all of these guys that are on this team right now are young and they're going to get better. Just like the Green Bay Packers can say the same thing. Got a bunch of young talent. Even Green Bay Packer fan, tell me if you don't feel like this. If the Packers don't get it done in Dallas, do you go home with your head held high? You do. You got it. You got the youngest team in the NFL. You really don't have a question at quarterback.
It's my quarterback.
There's nothing. He is the guy. He's going to be your guy. You can just extend this guy right now, and then you have your quarterback of the future. You got a young roster, you're feeling good going home. Just like the Lions did last year after we beat your ass on at Lambeau. We went to the offseason feeling good about ourselves. You felt like you got better. You progressed as a franchise. So if you're a Green Bay Packer fan, if Robert's out there, whatever, you feel pretty good about this team, win or lose, don't you?
Oh, yeah.
A-Dub, you feel good, win or lose, right? Steve, youngest team ever to make the play. Is that true?
I don't know, but I put it up there because you were talking about Packer fans, and Steve's a good one.
Yep, Steve. Steve is real.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's that should make you feel pretty good. Now, if you're a Bear fan, you feel good. You feel good. You got the number 1 overall pick coming, and even with, you've made progression. You doubled your win total +1.
Mm-hmm.
So, Minnesota Viking fan, I don't know. I feel like you guys played with, I hate using a John Dorn term, but fool's gold a little bit, and you overachieved with the roster that you have, but you got more questions. Some of your best players are off the door. There is Kirk Cousins. If I'm Kirk Cousins, I don't know if I want to come back there. Do you? If I'm Justin Jefferson, do you really want to go back to Minnesota?
Well, he doesn't have much of a choice.
Do you? Does he have one more year?
They can franchise tag him. They can hold.
Okay,
him.
they can. Yeah, but they would have to franchise tag him and spend top 5. Like they're gonna have to give him that gigantic bag, right? That's the thing. What I'm saying.
No, the franchise tag. I can't remember. I think it's $18 million for a receiver. So he definitely get way more than that on the open market. But they don't have to give him that. But I'm sure they will.
If they try to pay Justin Jefferson $18 million, he is not going to be a Viking.
Well, that means, so you're saying he would just sit out?
Absolutely, he would sit out. He knows he's the best wide receiver, and he's asking for 30. You telling me you come in and be like, we're going to franchise tag you for 18. You think Justin Jefferson's going to be like, okay, hey, I'm going to ball out for you. Does that seem like his character?
I don't. When you sit out, you lose game check you don't make any money. 18 million's better than nothing.
Justin Jefferson is the best wide receiver in the league, and he can hold out, and he can take 8, 10, the entire year's worth of game checks, and he will make $30 million a year the next time somebody tries to sign him. There is zero chance that they franchise tag him. I'm going right out on that one. No way. They may attempt to do it.
All right, here you go. Wide receiver, $19.74 million.
Not enough for Justin Jefferson.
That ain't pocket change, man.
Not enough for Justin Jefferson. Not enough for the best wide receiver in the league. There's no way that his ego will ever let him sign a franchise tag that would make him underneath the best wide receivers in the league. Nobody's getting.
I respectfully disagree that Justin Jefferson definitely is worth more. I believe they'll sign him to more. We're kind of speculating on something that'll never happen, but I do not believe he would sit out as opposed to take 19.47 million. And Rob here says, sit out, please. He is selfish and celebrates when they are getting owned. That's a good call out.
Yeah, and I'm not trying. I ain't spitting venom here, guys. This is just like the real of the real. I mean, you know what? All he has to do is go ask Danielle Hunter. How do you do that? Oh, okay. This is how you get your money from Quessy. Okay, cool. Pay me. Pay me.
A-Dub says, yes, I feel great about this Packers team, win or lose in the playoffs. Our season was successful as it was a given. When you consider what we got from Jordan Love. So yeah, absolutely. A-Dub did say at the beginning of the year, he predicted 7 to 8 wins for this team. And they win 9, right?
Yep. Bill, the Packer fan, said the same thing. I mean, one thing about Packer fans is like the ones that I know that are really, really good, like smart football guys, none of them were really like, predicting 13 wins like some of the homers. I mean, obviously there's Lions fans that do the same thing. Every fan base does it, but then there is a pocket of really good fans, and A-Dub's one of those guys, man. He's never been over, homerish. He keeps it as real right to the nail that you can, and that's hard to do. That's harder to do than people give it credit for. But yeah, this is, in reflection. That's what we're doing today. I know that Mike's got to get off here. Hey, let me know.
Just got a call. Just got the notice of my conference call's been canceled.
Boom. Yeah, cool. So now we get to dive into some of these things right here. What do you guys want to talk about on this? I like letting the people out there, and I like this discussion about Jefferson right here, because this is a huge thing for the offseason. And one of the things that Justin Jefferson did, he made a comment about how he loves Kirk Cousins, right? So I could see, they're not going to be able to pay all these guys. They're not going to. Like, you may not be able to get Hunter, like Jefferson and Cousins, right? I could see both of them going somewhere else.
Did you put that comment up, or did I accidentally bump the button?
I put it up there.
Okay.
Yeah. Jefferson is too competitive to sit out. That's sure. But this is his money that you're talking about here. He believes he's the best wide receiver in the league, and I think that Mike and I would probably agree with that sentiment, at least right there. So I think that there's definitely a chance that the money thing becomes a problem. Now Kwesi could do the smart thing and make him the priority and then worry about the other two guys later. Just sign this guy to the 5-year deal, give him his $30 million a year, $28 million a year, and build around him. That would be the smartest thing that Kwesi could do. Don't try to franchise tag with him. Don't try to do that, Kwesi. Don't put yourself in that position, or else I'm going to be on here and I'm going to criticize you again. Don't mess with Justin Jefferson's money. Pay this man, give him his multi-year extension. Don't play with this kid. Don't do it. Don't do it. I'm warning you right now, okay? I ain't even trying to hate. I ain't even spitting venom. This is just real. Don't mess with this man's money. Don't do it. Don't do it.
Paul Jones says, Mike says, hey, I was just fired, Russ. Russ says, cool. We could talk more football.
I don't think there's anybody that wants to be fired more than Mike. I mean, come on. Hey, Mike, do you want to go do your regular 9-to-5 job, or do you want to talk football for a living?
Woo! Got fired. Woo!
You know what I mean? If we can make this as a career, that's what we're fighting for right now, because we love this. I have an autistic 4-year-old son that makes it impossible for me to do the gigs that I used to do. So this is kind of like I put my eggs in this basket, I can sit up here. I'm up in my house right here. And
if more people would help us out on Patreon, I could tell my boss off and get fired for real.
That would be nice. And thank you, Fred, for being our Patreon. As you can see down at the bottom right there, Patreon/Villain Squad. That's us talking football every day at 11 a.m. Nobody pays us for this. We just like it.
50 cents a day.
Yeah, I don't even know if it's that, Mike. Facebook hooks us up a little bit, right? But
well, no, I'm just thinking that's Fred's calculation is that it costs him 50 cents a day, and he thinks it's worth every nickel. So thank you very much, Fred.
I didn't even think about that, man. You just made us sound like one of them, like feed it. You can feed this person for 12 cents a day.
For just 50 cents a day, you can help 2 washed up musicians secure their careers on the internet, giving bad opinions about football. Hi, I'm Sarah McLachlan for the Main Event 365.
In the arms of the angel.
For just 50 cents a day.
Far away from here. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on a second. I forgot something. Go again. Ready?
Hi, I'm Sarah McLachlan.
Help these two starving washed up musicians right now who refuse to go get real jobs.
every day in this country, knuckleheads start a podcast.
Oh my gosh, I'm
Put an
dying.
end to the public suffering.
Oh my gosh. Oh, we got 21 people on our YouTube right now. Let me see. I'm doing the refresh right there. Yes. And 15 likes. Man, if you're over there on YouTube, go up to the top rope. Right, hold on a second. Right there. Be like, "Ooh, yeah, the Macho Man Randy 7 says you should climb to the top rope, brother, and then identify your enemy right down there. Yeah, that's a subscribe button right there. And then drop the Macho Man elbow down in the middle of the heart of the subscribe button, and it'll give us one more person. Snap to a Slim Jim. Yeah. That was the Macho Man right
Dwayne
there.
Keene, Dwayne, I need to put this narrative to bed. I would bet my life there's no way the Lions will bring in a tight end with 6 days to get him ready to play to cover the Sam Laporta injury. I don't care if it's Zach Ertz. I don't care if it's Rob Gronkowski. They're not going to bring in another tight end, in my opinion. I could be wrong. Russ, what do you think of that?
Well, I don't know. I thought that Gronk didn't want to play here. So I don't think they're going to bring in anybody. We believe in our depth, guys. If Dan Campbell has shown anything this year, it's that, when everyone's like, "Oh, go get Chase Young, go spend all your draft capital, bring people in. We need it. He was like, "No, you know what I like? I like my depth. I like the fact that I've developed players. I like it that these guys that may not be as good as Chase Young may be as good as Chase Young. You might see Josh Pascal take a step forward. If you believe in how you develop players, that's what you do. Like, as good as Brad Holmes has been at picking players, I mean, yeah, maybe you bring in Zach Ertz, but even if you do have Zach Ertz, do you think that Zach Ertz plays in this game? No, you bring him to the practice squad. He's going to learn a shit. He'll play next week if he's going to play. Have they shown that? Tutu Alululu. I think there's only 2 Lulus. Alulu.
Tyson Alu.
Tyson Alula.
Alu.
La 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 Lola. Is that tonight?
Is that tonight, brother.
Oh my gosh.
Our good buddy Ural says, main event, Mike, you ready to win a national championship tonight? Michigan Wolverines today.
Now tell me, I gotta tell you, I gotta have to be transparent with you guys right here, and you guys can call me names if you want, but Russell Wayne put himself into a position that I don't think I can lose tonight, because as an Ohio State Buckeye fan, I don't know, to watch Michigan win a national championship isn't going to be easy for me. So I went in FanDuel and I put a bet in on Michigan to win the national title tonight, and I upped the points to 6.5 points. So that way, even if I have to cry a little bit that Michigan finally wins a national title, at least I get some money out of the deal.
Yeah.
Tell me if I'm just a bad person. Let me know how you feel about that. But what I'm going to do, because I'll cry a little bit, I'll take these $100 bills and I'll wipe my tears off with them.
A lot of people picking Washington to upset the Wolverines. I mean, a lot of the national pundits are picking them. And I believe the spread is 4.5. And almost all of them are saying, even if Michigan wins, they won't cover that spread. I'm sorry. I've been so wrapped up in the Lions this year. I haven't paid as much attention to Michigan as I usually do. But what I do see is a dominant defense that beat the shit out of C.J. Stroud last year. And we see that guy's pretty good. So I think if they can do that and beat Ohio again this year, I think they can take out Washington. This game might not even be close. Michigan could run away with this game.
And that's what I was actually thinking, because I'm listening to all this logic. Well, they got 3 NFL wide receivers. Marvin Harrison Jr. might be the greatest wide receiver to play in college ever. Like, when he comes through there, this kid is so studly talented. And I mean, he got his against Michigan, but they beat Ohio State with the best wide receiver in football. So that goes to show how good that Michigan defense is. You know what? I'm a rival fan. I love the Ohio State Buckeyes, but I'm not stupid. I can look at Michigan and I can see what type of team that they are, and they play great defense. They have a couple of NFL offensive linemen, and they got an NFL quarterback. They got an NFL running back, and they have probably 9-10 NFL defenders.
Yeah, at least 4 or 5 in the first day of the draft. There's at least 4 on this Michigan team that'll go in the first day. Their secondary is a strong suit. So Washington, with those talented receivers and Michael Penix, Michigan matches up well. And Washington hasn't played a defense like this all year. Michigan's the number 1 defense in the country.
Right.
And
Alabama.
Alabama couldn't beat this Michigan team. What makes you think Washington can? The only team that could probably beat this Michigan team is Georgia, who's not in it.
Yeah, Penix, to me, that is the Washington chance right there. Like, Penix has to be the best quarterback in the nation in order to do this. He needs to be Houdini and beat this Michigan defense if that's what's going to happen. He has to prove that he's a better quarterback than Caleb Williams, that everybody's touting him. You need to prove that you're in that category now. And I like that we moved to Michigan talk for tonight. Let's see what we got in the comments for this Michigan game tonight. What's up? Keep up the good work. Yes. Joseph, what's up? Go Blue, Michigan. Your Wolverines. That's from Urel Jackson. Yes. You got anything starting there? Go Blue from Elise Memes. Elise Memes, you're one of my favorite people because I love your work. I will continue to upload your awesome work onto our page, try to help you out as much. Everybody go out, follow Elise Memes if you get a chance out there, because she does put some pretty crafty, like really fun content that she puts up onto her page. And I love being able to highlight some of her stuff right there, because, anything that you want to make, you throw that into the comment, we'll throw it out there and she'll probably turn it into something. So
we've got a couple of reports on the Laporta injury here. One from Mike Fisher, hyperextension and bone bruise. And then Scotty Reno says the same thing. He hyperextended his knee with a bone bruise. So obviously those two comments are so aligned that there must be some report that while we're on this show must have come out. So thank you guys for that.
Yes.
Hyperextension and a bone bruise. That sounds like something he might actually be able to get on the field.
Yeah, he may miss. I don't know what it's going to be, but this is something that they're going to get some ice on this thing. Like immediately, the bone bruise, you don't know that can be something that you can come right back from, or that's something that could linger for 2-3 weeks. But it is definitely not a long-term injury. So if the Lions were to do something special, and that's good to know that he would be available probably, a couple weeks down the road, especially if we're in a NFC title game or something like that.
Well, Joel Jones actually says that Ian Rappaport reported it last night, that it was hyperextended in a bone bruise. A good call, Joel. I did not catch that. I know you didn't either, Russ, because we were talking about it this morning and we didn't know that.
Well, I know that there were reports that were coming out that were saying stuff like that, but I always go by what Dan Campbell's going to say. And he says that they're going to let the doctors look at him, and I'm going to let you guys know tomorrow what the final word is. So they were optimists last night. They think that it was a hyper. I don't think that they could have reported it that fast. That I think that they had said that that's probably what it is.
Right.
But you still got to go get the MRI. You got to get it done, and then it's confirmed in the morning. So
when it's an ACL or an MCL like that, they cart you off.
Right.
You don't walk off.
Oh gosh, that would look so bad. It looked bad. Like, I love Dan Campbell's comment on that, where he was like, it's not as bad as it looked, because that thing looked like his leg was going to fall off. I mean, that was a scary thing that even it was like I'm not good with stuff like that, like Saw and all. When gruesome out of character things happen to body parts and stuff, I don't do well with it. And
Wow, I didn't know that about you. I'm the same way. Like, don't show me my. Oh, I want to see my cut. No, I don't want to see your cut.
No. Oh, you want to see his leg bounce the opposite way because it got. Oh,
every time I see the Joe Theismann replay of his that. Like,
yeah.
Steve says Ron Rivera fired today in Washington. New owner cleaning house.
No way. They were so good.
A.O. Mueller says, I'm trying to figure out why them retarded ass refs didn't call unnecessary roughness on that slide. My quarterback did. Who's the quarterback, A.O.?
I know exactly what he's talking about. Justin Fields coming in there.
Oh,
and because he's a running quarterback, they decide not to call an unnecessary roughness.
And he slid?
Oh, he slid and he got blasted so much.
And there was no call.
And he would lay it on the field for like 10 seconds, like he was out. So I think that and then they took him off the field on an important play to go check and see if he was okay on the concussion. And then he put him back in the next game. So I don't know. If I'm a Bear fan, that whole sequence, I was like, wow, that was a pretty Green Bay Packer, like, but they ended up giving it back to him though, because I think that they got it was a false start. It was a 4th and 4, and Justin Fields got him on the false start, right? Not the false start, but it got them on an encroachment. But it was a false start. The right tackle moved, and they got away with that one. So I think they got a makeup call like right after that. They should have called the unnecessary roughness. 100%. I agree with that, AO. 100%. But they did give you a makeup call like 2 plays later. I'm just being real, guys. I don't like either one of the teams, so I don't care. I don't care. I was hoping they would tie.
Is it possible for both teams to lose?
Yeah. I mean, that's the only way. A tie was the best win possible for a Lion fan. So I don't care. So, but I do care that they get calls right. I'm so sick of the rest calling and not calling stuff. It's just, and it isn't just on the Lions. It's everywhere. These guys got too much freaking power at the end of the game to completely change the outcome. Well, let's do this. We're going to go into the background. Let me do this is what I would call the soft stop. And those of you that understand so we're just kind of like signing off for this hour right here, but I'm coming right back. But I want you to know this is faith, family, and football. That's what this is about. And one of the hardest decisions to do in the world is to give up a Lions ticket. But it was my honor to give your grandson that ticket, Mike, because that's what we preach here is faith, family, and football. And faith being the most important thing. And I always put a shout out to my pastor, Kevin Galloway. I believe in God. Mike believes in God. And we believe in faith and putting this up front because things are good for us. We have a house. I live in a place that's got heat. We eat. We have things, and I'm fortunate that way, and I'm blessed in that way. So it's our job after that, when you're comfortable, to make sure that you go out and do stuff for other people. And this is an awesome church for outreach. So for those of you that helped us get turkeys for Thanksgiving to 400 families in Burton, Michigan, and those of you that helped us on our link to provide almost 100 full Christmases to needy children, we appreciate you, because faith is the most important thing that we can give to people. Now, family and football, that was easy, wasn't it, Mike? How was that to take your grandson to the game and spend time with your family on an awesome game?
It was great. It was like I said, one of the best days I've ever had, probably. Was watching him, he wasn't much of a football fan, but when he found out the day before that he was going to the game, he tried to verse himself on as much as he could, and he had 1,000 questions, and it was great. And everybody around us was loving him because he was doing his little dancing, and it was great, just a great time.
So let me ask you a question. So his experience, could you say that it was fair that this experience might make him a football fan for life?
It already did. He knew all the words to forward down the field by the time we left the building. So, yeah.
And there it is.
He's all in now. He got a shirt that says NFC North Division Champions. He got a big foam #1 finger. And he got a little Barry Sanders statue that I bought off a drunk dude because we didn't get there in time to get the free ones. We got there an hour and a half before kickoff, and I couldn't get a Barry Sanders statue. And I seen a drunk dude stumbling down the sidewalk at 3 of them. I gave him $20 for one. So I think it was a homeless dude that stole them. So.
Oh, so you're saying you got this on the black market? Okay, I see it.
I was able to get myself one too. You can see it on my shelf right behind me. But I was able to sweet talk a guy out of one. So yeah.
But Mike, that's an awesome testimony, and that's what really that is the most important thing. Faith, family, and football. Use football to spend time with your family. Don't let football use you. Don't turn into a butthole when you lose. Just remember that this is all about fun. And this is all about, it can be about whatever you want it to be, but this is what we choose it to be about. But thank you so much for being part of this first part of this. And I'm going to see you guys here in a little bit with this little message from me, Fatu Melifanu. May the Lord bless you. May the Lord keep you. May the Lord shine his face upon you. And till we meet again tonight, for sure.
Peace out. Peace out.
Peace out.
What's up, y'all? This is Fatu Melifanu, safety for the Detroit Lions. And I just want to take some time out to give a big shout out to Russell Wayne and Main Event Mike from the Detroit Lions Villain Squad. It's a fan page and a podcast. And I just want to say I appreciate the support of me and my team. And I encourage everyone to go check out their podcast and check out their fan page. Go Lions.
It reminds me of a football show, Football Talk with Russell Wayne, 11 a.m. in the mornings. You should watch it because it could be good for you. It could be good for you. It could be good for your life.
Oh, thank you so much, everybody. This is last call. Not last call for alcohol. I mean, it's like 12:30. But this is the last call part where I'm going to tell you about my YouTube channel. I'm going to throw a little link in here because StreamYard allows me to post to every place that we were streaming live. And here's the YouTube channel. So if you haven't yet, please subscribe to the YouTube channel. We're trying to build that up too. So if you're watching on my personal page or the Villain Squad or Detroit Lions News Podcast, Mike the Bear fan, head on over there. This is Football Talk with Russell Wayne.
Sell the team, bro. Sell the team. 1957. Ain't won shit since 1957. They need to sell the team. They ain't never gonna do nothing. Same old Lions. Oh my God, it's a 4-2-5 defense. All you gotta do is blitz more. All they gotta do is fire Eric Glenn, and then you can start winning again. You're so stupid.
Do you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth?
You've got to ask yourself one question. Do I feel lucky?
Here's the thing though, what I've been doing is 3:30 every morning. That's I get up and I do my sprints. Yeah, I mean, those are prime sprinting hours. People don't realize. And that's how I know I'm succeeding, is if I'm doing my sprints while everyone else is asleep. It's a winning mindset is what it is. That's exactly what it is.
I murdered a rock, injured a stone, hospitalized a brick. I'm so mean I make medicine sick.
Put me in, coach. Put me in, coach. I knew we could have won state, man. I know I came in a little bit overweight, but I'm going to do much better next time. One pride, let's go. Woo!
I say more dumb things before 9 a.m. than most people say all day.
You ever meet somebody and they're so boring you feel like they poisoned you? Like, you're talking to them and you're like, I feel like I'm dying right now. And I think you did it.
What's going on, Russell Wayne and the Main Event 365 Network? This is Jason Kabinda from the Detroit Lions. Here to give y'all a shout out, man. We appreciate all the support, man. Know you guys are big fans. Know that you guys are rooting for us to take the North this year, and we're going to do just that, man. Appreciate you guys so much. Just want to give y'all a shout out. Y'all have a great day.